Hello, today we're going to learn how to build a butter pump. There's a lot of moving parts, so it's going to be done in two sections. One's the handle and one's the base. For the handle, we're going to start with this piece here. It is the middle part of the entire pump. It's the part that is going to have the spring where you pump the butter out of. It has this black washer on it there. That is what controls whether or not the pump rebounds when you pump it down so that you don't have to pull it back up every time you want to dispense butter. The next part that goes on there is the spring, and this also helps make sure that it rebounds up. And then after that, you want to grab this metal cylinder here and this white cylinder. The white part goes inside the metal cylinder, and then these three white spacers are going to go on there. We want three because it controls the amount of butter that comes out, and if you have two, more of the metal part here is exposed, which means that we're dispensing more butter. For the quality and quantity of our product, we want to make sure that everybody's getting the same amount every time and is getting the same kind of butter, which is why it's so important that we build these butter pumps correctly. After you put those on there, you can put this on here and make sure that that screw part is coming out of the top. And then we want to grab the big washer and put that right on top of there, and the knob, and screw that on. In order to make sure that's tight, you grab it by the base there and you turn it, just to make sure that that doesn't fall off in the middle of the rush, because the butter pump can fall apart. And that is the handle. We're going to set that aside, and the next part that we're going to build is the base. To start off the base, we want this little part here. It's the part that's going to feed the butter through. And in order to make sure that it's airtight and that there's no inconsistency in the product quality, we're going to make sure that we put these blue washers in there and that we put this metal washer in there as well, because it's going to make sure that we can control the amount of butter that's coming through the product. So that blue washer goes in the middle part here, and then this metal washer goes just right in the middle of that smaller part, and the blue washer just goes right there. Next, we're going to make sure that this guy, which is where this guy's going to feed through, he's going to go on the bigger portion of this part. The wider section of the bottom there, you can see there's two knobs and a wider section, is going to go towards the outside of this base part and go underneath the lip, so that those two parts can go into the grooves that they're supposed to be in, and you can turn it. And it's not going to jiggle because that blue washer is in there. The next part you want to put on is this. This is where the butter is going to come out of at the end of it. It goes on with the square sections going by those parts and twists. And that's also not going to move around very much because of that blue washer in the other part. Then we want to put the hood of the butter pump on there. Just feed those pieces through. And put this little washer on the hose. And that's just going to make sure that it's all stable so that when we put the handle in there, it's not going to fall apart. And when you put the handle in there, you again want to make sure that the top is not on loosely, because then it can be really difficult to put the thing on. You put it in there, and with the palm of your hand, you're going to push down, and then with your fingers, you're going to turn the knob until it catches on the groove, and then you have a working butter pump.